we go. We're back. We're back in the saddle, folks. Episode 187 of This World Blows, the comedy podcast for up to 5 of my friends. Speaking of, viewership is down. Every episode it fluctuates, but it's down, and so you know what? No more red lights. Okay, until the viewership goes back up, we're back downgraded to just the green tinsel. If you're just an audio listener, I've unplugged the red lights of the background, so we're now just standard level 1 green tinsel. As you know, this represents you guys, the audience. As you grow, the set will grow. And as you decrease, so shall the set. And you don't want to see it go lower than this. Because then it's just cardboard behind that. Then we're in a very sad world. Although I did think about, when I started doing the video of this podcast, I did think about building a full exposed cardboard set. Because I thought that would be kind of funny if I had like a nice, well, not nice, of course, but the shape of a nice desk and chair and stuff, but it's all made out of painful cardboard. And I opted for what was easier. Again, because of the viewers. It's not about, I'm not unwilling to work hard. But I'm only going to put as much energy as you guys want. Okay? I'm doing it for you. Doing it for all 5 of yins. So I just got back from Starbucks, and as I was getting out of my car, the guy getting in the car next to me coming out of Starbucks was none other than Mr. Tom Morello, the guitarist of Rage Against the Machine, and sadly also of Audioslave. And that was, it was in the same, guys, it was in the Vortex, the Ralph's Vortex Starbucks, this little shopping area. And again, if you're listening, you might go, oh, it's LA, of course you're seeing celebrities. But this is not a celebrity zone. This is North Hollywood. It's over the Hollywood Hills, over the mountain. It's kind of where normal people live, I would say. It's where people that I know live. So, it's strange, the type of people I see here, whether it's Bert Kreischer, whether it's Angeline, whether it's Tom Morello, whether it's someone I used to work with back in New York that I hid from behind an aisle so I didn't have to talk to. It could be anyone, and that's what's amazing about it. In fact, maybe we could just start doing just a podcast exclusively about that Ralph's parking lot. And just, that might take off more, actually. I could just stay, because I'm only there, how many times a day I'm there? Twice, which is also crazy, because I go to Starbucks twice a day, and it's always the same place. I know that's nuts, so I might as well set up a camera, if I'm going to be there that frequently, and just see who I get. It could be like the new TikTok, a New York subway interview has just become a thing. It could be like that. It'd be like the Ralph's parking lot interview, where I just walk up to people, and I'm like, yo, what are you drinking? What kind of Starbucks are you drinking? And then Bert Kreischer's like, oh, I've seen you, I look at you, you're hilarious. And then Bert Kreischer takes me on a fully loaded tour. It's simple. But yeah, I saw Tom Morello coming out of a Starbucks, and we did make eye contact. And he did probably think, oh shit, I am right now not raging against any machine. I'm in fact I'm funding the machine. I'm gladly pressing the Starbucks, and I bet he used the app. I don't think he went in there and ordered. I think he knows people will be like, wait, you're a freedom fighter. What are you doing here? You're supposed to only support local businesses because of something you said in 1998. But yeah, the Starbucks, or the Ralph's parking lot, that Vortex is so interesting to me. I've seen more people, more like bizarro celebrities there than a lifetime of regular Hollywood visiting or living out here, wherever I've been out here. I've seen more people in this parking lot than I've seen my entire life. Even in New York. Like, I've seen more people in this parking lot than any other celebrity spotting. This is where TMZ, actually, maybe I should sell this location to TMZ. That actually is a good idea. I did, if you were watching the video, you might have just seen my eyes probably did something weird, because I did just for 1 second, I did just think, maybe I could sell this location to TMZ. Not thinking at all about how you don't own a location. But that's, it's my journey to try to get famous. I am the kind of guy that is always thinking of this kind of last minute, maybe this will be the reason I'm successful. Maybe selling a scoop to TMZ is all I needed to boost my career. But no, I am that kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy that opens his spam mail every day thinking that someone might be trying to reach out to me that is like an important director or someone powerful that could change my life has been trying to reach me. And the only reason I haven't seen it is because my spam folder is more realistic than I am. And it knew this is probably fraudulent. That's the kind of man I am. Just checking my spam folder. Let's see. It's a sad world. Here's something weird I found out. I was watching, you guys know me. I get stoned, go down a YouTube rabbit hole, come out the other end even more confused. So I went down this rabbit hole of watching something about The Matrix. And let me just say this. I never thought about this. No idea. Maybe maybe it is referenced in the movie, I don't know, but this breakdown was explaining something about it, and it mentioned that The Matrix takes place in Chicago. Did you guys know that? Like I guess I never thought about where the city is that he's living, but it didn't matter to me. But if I was gonna think of where I think the Matrix movie world is taking place, I would not go Chicago. That makes it feel very strange to me. Like they should have used like that fat guy from Cheers to be Neo. They should have used a real Chicago-y, thick Chicago accent. Big old fat boy. That should have been Neo getting sucked into the Matrix. If it's going to be in Chicago, let's be authentic to the people, okay? I guess, maybe I thought it was New York, but I don't know. I never thought about... I feel like the location of a place can really change what the meaning is of it. Especially if it's supposed to be supernatural or science fiction or like a very important... It's like... That's why we always choose LA or New York for movies, because like everything else, just makes you start thinking about it differently, Like if aliens attack in Ohio, although maybe science takes place in some weird place, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm entirely incorrect. But the Chicago Matrix is weird to me. I can't see that as a Chicago-based movie. That's weird. It should just be they shouldn't have specified where it is at all, because it doesn't really matter. But knowing that makes me go like, all this crazy shit it's in Chicago? You guys are flying around fighting agents and doing cybertronic things in Chicago? Kind of weird. Okay, let's get into this, guys. This has been plaguing me for maybe years, and I finally put it together based on a Google search. Okay, so there's a tape I used to watch as a child called The Big Rock Candy Mountain by something called Weesing, which is, in my era before the internet, when we were kids, all we had was tapes. And a lot of them they weren't like famous Disney movie tapes, they're random kids tapes, whatever the hell that is. They're just like weird productions of kids shows or kids things that were never aired, but they sell these weird movies. So I don't know where this came from. But I remember growing up with it, and whatever tapes you have are the tapes you have. That's what's normal to you. So we grew up watching this thing, Big Rock Candy Mountain. It's a girl around puppety people and stuff, and it's sing-along, there's songs. But there's this part in it where they start singing this thing.
That's not garbage.
You must recycle it.
Oops, I forgot.
Sarah, you bitch. Okay, so they keep singing this thing, but so the little girl in this this kids movie thing, so the little girl in this kids show, the character's name is Sarah, okay? So my whole life I was like, I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds like it's starting with Sarah. And I was like, maybe they're saying Sarah's fun day. And this is again after years and years of Sarah's fun day, I say passe, oh, is in my head forever. Even the boom da boom da boom da boom da, I could sing it all. But so I was just like, I guess they're saying Sarah's fun day or something. I don't know. It just like I was like, I'll never know what it is. I'll never understand it. And then one day recently, I just was like, I'm going to look this up again. I'm going to try to figure this out. And I found out they're saying Sarah Sponda, and that's an old, like, English child song, Sarah Sponda, Funde Punde Ase Paseo, or some. It's some old Dutch children's song or something. It's something crazy. I just think it's just weird that so many kids' songs and kids' things that they're supposed to learn are not things that they could ever understand, even as adults, because Sarah Sponda is not a thing to me. Sarah Sponda, and the character's also named Sarah, but that's nothing to do, and it's a Dutch children's fairy tale song from 1,200 years ago. It's like a crazy, there's so many kids songs that are like this, that are like, that's not even a real word, and you're taking up a part of their brain, mental capacity to remember these things that aren't words. What is rah rah sis boom ba? What are any children's things that they rhyme and sing? It's like, that's not a thing. What's ring around a posy? These aren't things. These aren't words that they use ever in life. But they have to they have to memorize this as kids and just sing it over and over again. You're truly wasting brain space. You might as well update these goddamn songs. Instead of me taking 30 years to figure out they were saying Sarah Sponda, to figure out that I was right as a child, to go, this is weird. This doesn't sound like a thing. Sarah Sponda doesn't sound like a thing. Because I'm a child, I go, I guess I'm dumb. No, you're dumb, we sing. You shouldn't. Just change the lyric. Or make your own new song. They're just using these like royalty-free old children's songs because they're royalty-free. But it's like, just change the lyric. Make it Sarah's Fun Day. Instead of me spending so much time learning about this. Although it is interesting. But check it out, guys. We sing, if you want your kids to be confused about songs and words, you gotta check it out. Big Rock Candy Mountain. What else we got going on here? Sarah's Fun Day. Oh yeah, guys, this is sad news. Corey Feldman's drummer died. You might have heard about this, maybe you didn't, but his drummer died, and this guy specifically, I didn't look into him, but based on his age and based on when I watched him performing with him, I was like, I think this guy might be joking. He might be like someone like us who's in on the joke and who's like, just thinks it's funny to play with Corey. It's my assumption just based on his look and stuff. It just doesn't seem like, and he seemed like a relatively competent drummer, so it seems like he would be aware this is horrible. But anyways, he died of fentanyl overdose, and so this is a deep lesson, and I'm just assuming he's a guy like us and that was just joking. And it's a tragic lesson because I would have done the same thing if I could have, in fact, I think I might have even attempted, I might have emailed them one time reaching out trying to be the drummer or play in the band at some level, but I would 100% go on tour for free and play with Corey Feldman. I would do that as a gag, and then when I would be on tour, I would probably also try doing some random cocaine that would have fentanyl. So I could see how this could tragically kill a great person that was trying to do the right thing, which is to mock Corey Feldman. So we salute you, drummer. I am sorry for this loss, and I hope this starts to expose Corey Feldman a little more. I hope we get more Feldman talking about how people's deaths are their own fault, like he speaks of his former best friend, the other Corey Haim. Also, other cool news, Christy Carlson Romano was shot in the eye by her husband, and no, it's not what you think. It was not intentional, as you might suspect if you know anything about Christy Carlson Romano, the former obnoxious child star from Even Stevens, Ren Stevens. She was shot in the face by some, they were doing like whatever that pellet pigeon throwing clay things is, and so she did get shot in the face by something, but it sadly did not alter her for life like I wanted. And she also, quite obnoxiously, was immediately self-filming. So I got shot in the eye. Trying to get some content out of this, because that's the kind of person she is. She was unable to, she claims she went to college and didn't want to pursue acting, but I believe the truth is she was up for the same part as Anne Hathaway in one of those Princess Kid movies, and she lost it, and then she went to college, and now she claims that she meant for that to happen. And now she's trying to come back and be relevant in the podcast world, but she's a very obnoxious personality in general. Check her out. If you don't believe me, check out Christy Carlson Romano and her podcast, and you will also become disgusted by her and her clickbait creations. But speaking of celebrity deaths, let's speak of an old one, because I went down another YouTube rabbit hole, the Lisa Lefteye Lopes rabbit hole. Now, I don't know why, but my brain totally forgot how this person died. The rapper from TLC, Lisa Lefteye Lopes. And I was like, I thought maybe, I know Aaliyah was a plane wreck, and I thought maybe TLC Lefteye was also some kind of plane wreck. I just forgot. But she was driving a car, and she flipped it in somewhere in South America, in Ecuador or somewhere. She was doing charity-ish work, and I don't know. But I started watching this little doc. There's one called The Last Days of Lisa or something, Last Days of Lefteye, and I was watching other things about it, and it was very interesting because the story is this, actually. So a few weeks before Lisa dies in this car wreck, they're driving, and it's her assistant Stephanie who's driving, and they're driving at night, and they hit a 10-year-old child and kill him, and then Lisa, and this is also in the documentary, they don't show a kid get hit, but they show them in the hospital with the mom, where Lisa offers to pay for the funeral costs and stuff. That's a gesture of kindness after you kill the kid. You definitely are doing that at the minimum, but the mother, it's so disturbing because the mother in this underdeveloped country, wherever they were, I don't remember where, I'm going to misquote it. I'm saying Ecuador, it might have been somewhere else, but wherever they were, the mother doesn't go to the cops, doesn't tell anyone, because it was going to cost so much for the funeral and they, the hospital cost to try to keep him alive, which they had done. So they just carry on living this month out in Ecuador after killing a kid with no legal consequence, because the mother's just like, what's the point? And you've paid for this funeral. It's such a grotesque, sad scenario. And then, 3 weeks or a month later, while driving again, and also it's Lisa driving this time, tries to overtake another vehicle and they're going around a blind curve, and there's another car coming, and Lisa swerves off the road, gets killed. So it seems like these people were in this other country just driving as if it was America, and refusing to acknowledge that there's not even pavement here, let alone street lights. You cannot assume how something's going to go down here, and it's like, I'm not saying Lisa deserved to die, of course. I would never say that. But I am saying it's kind of disturbing that they just kill a 10-year-old child, and that's not really remembered as part of the story. It's just the sad thing that Lisa died. And it's why were they over here? Why are they driving cars? I've been to other countries, and I've never, ever driven a car, and I would never want to. What are you doing driving in dirt road countries? In Mitsubishis? It's crazy. But so she died in a random car wreck, and in that car was 10 people, allegedly. It was her sister was there. Also, there's filming, it cuts right when the car flips, but in the documentary, they're filming the ride where they're driving, and she swerves and gets thrown out of the car and dies. So there's them going, ah, and then it just cuts. And you're like, okay, that was the end of a life. That's pretty disturbing. But again, don't go to other countries and drive. What are you doing? Just stay here. Drive here. Die here. It is weird to think about, though, if however you're going to die in life. I do think it would be kind of cool to die in another country. As far as my body's stuck there. That's kind of cool. I'm it's a weird way to die. It's a weird afterlife. If there be ghosts, I'll be like, what the hell am I doing? I'm stuck in this ghost country where I can't even speak the language. That could be a very, I was going to say good. That could be a very bad comedy movie. Ghost, foreign ghost. This ghost speaky no English. Speaking of, I've been thinking about this lately. I feel like there's a chance. Well, I've always thought this. If we were truly okay as people, if we were truly healthy and happy, and if there was world peace and unity and no one was experiencing disease or pain or mistreatment, there would be no art, I don't think. I don't think we'd have need for it. Like I truly believe art is part of the coping with the horrors of the world on every level. And so like it's a necessity on one hand, but I wonder if in the future if things, whatever humanoids will look back at us and go like, yeah, if they weren't so focused on making art, they could have like lived better lives, or they could have, like, as a whole, they could have advanced. Like, I wonder if art and movies and things like the Terminator making us scared of AI or future tech, like the fact that everyone goes Skynet, the fact that we'll still say that 38 years after that movie came out, like that. I wonder if the subliminal, what's it called, unintended consequences of art accidentally hold our culture back because we hold on to concepts and things that maybe aren't real or are distorted, and it's like entertainment ends up limiting our intelligence on some level. I wonder, okay? It's not an accusation, it's a wonder. It just could be. It just could be that what we think is great is actually part of the problem. Like maybe the humanoids in the future will go like, what do you mean film yourself? What do you mean make a song? For what? For what? I'm happy. I don't need this. You know, I wonder, like, if you gave, it's a good experiment. We should give a rapper. Maybe we'll start there. Give a rapper give them Bill Gates money. Give them more money than can ever be, or Saudi Prince money. Give them more money than could ever be achieved. Do you still want to hustle? Because I don't think you would. Like if you had all the money in the world, what would be the fun in making any money? Like that would be nothing. So that's the solution. We have to give every rapper $200 million. We have to make the world right. Give the rappers $200 million, calm them down. There's no reason to fight here, gentlemen. I guess that's not true because Kendrick and Drake are still fighting. They're millionaires. I guess people are just born to fight, you know? It's a beautiful thing. All right, it's getting late. We got to open the gates of hell. Let's do this. Okay. Now, this person I've seen for a while, and this person makes me very angry. She's, I'll just preface this with she raps, she sings, she does it all, but she's also, she's the accoutre lady. You know, there's accoutre men, people that are covering themselves in as many things to make themselves interesting as they can, like Johnny Depp. And this is maybe the first time I've seen an accoutre lady. Like, this is truly insane. She's trying to be all things simply because she is overtly plain. But let's check out this song.
Took a little bit of ice, a little bit of shrooms. Did that tree just talk or was it you? I can feel the sun on my skin, feel my face melting, existential bliss. Oh my god.
Oh my god is correct, yes. So you see what I mean. She's got tattoos, she's got bracelets, she got a necklace around her stomach, she got 5 necklaces around her neck, she's got everything pierced, everything covered, everything. Because if you wipe it all away, if you look at this incredibly boring, blonde, average human. You're like, there is only one way to get people to look at you. You have to rap. You have to sing in a very obnoxious fake baby voice. And, most importantly, you have to hold a fake smile the whole time because you about positive energy. You also have to talk in a black accent. You also have to talk about that you're hot but humble, and drugs, because that's cool right now too, right? Let's move on to another one of hers. This is her, maybe her little sister. She's like teaching how to be a piece of shit also.
My life is better than I imagined. I'm getting paid to do my passion. A different city every week. I got record labels fighting over me.
No, you don't, you dumb bitch.
But what they don't know is I'm homegrown. I'm self-made, independent since day one. Yeah, 10 years in the making. Only the real fans know how long this shit has taken. I put myself out the rest.
If you make music about the music you make, you are a piece of shit. This is so sad. Also, I'm pretty sure she's the one who says, yeah, I tattooed my hand at age 17 to promise myself I'd never be anything less than my dreams. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that dreams are not real. They are dreams. So you'll never be anything less than my dream. So you'll never be anything less than something that's not real. I mean, I guess I can't argue with that, but yeah, look at this accoutrement, like lip piercings, 3 nose piercings, fake eyelashes, fake sprayed on eyebrows, so many hand tattoos. I mean, I've known some people like this, but this is it's usually just a look. It's usually not like I'm rapping as well. You know, it's like most tattoo girls aren't usually like, well, I'll become a singer, rapper, dancer. TikTok. I mean, it's trying to be everything, and therefore you ain't nothing, baby. There's a lot of her videos, and I've watched, and some of them are more overt, like trying to be sexy, saying like, I got big tits, and that's pretty cool, except I like the sun. It's very like, you're trying to apply to all things. You want to apply to hippies and people in Chirac. You're not going to get a crossover audience here. Unless it's people wanting to beat the shit out of you. I mean, maybe that's the crossover audience. It's like the Venn diagram is probably a lot bigger of that. The people that would just give her just a little punch in the face while she raps. Beautiful. Okay, let's get out of here. That was episode 187 of This World Blows, the comedy podcast.